Hello from the Rottie Ranch. I wanted to go over and tell you a little bit about the incubators that I'm using. I started off using a rent-a-coop incubator at one point, and the reason I got that is because it had the app connectivity, which was pretty important to me. The only problem was I was doing a very expensive hatch, and it did not tell me that the heat was off for, I think it was 18 hours. I almost lost the whole entire hatch. So rent-a-coop, gone, zero, zilch, not doing it. The ones that I'm currently working with are the ChickCozy, and then I also moved on to the Brinsea Connect. Let me show you those and why I'm over the moon over those. All right, so let's start off with the ChickCozy and what I like about that. So the first thing that I absolutely love, it has a handle. You'd be surprised how happy that actually makes me. It's got the little spot right here that you can put a Govee hygrometer in there so that you can double check the heat and the humidity in here. And also, there's a couple of things. Let me move it aside here. I don't have a lot of space. So these trays, and what I do like about it is that these trays cradle the eggs. Now there are pluses and minuses to that. One of the reasons that I went with this is because some of the more popular brands didn't have these, and I was wondering how I was going to keep everything in place. But there's a trick with that with the Brinsea. The other thing that I absolutely love is at the bottom of these, it already comes with a silicone mat, and which of course helps with the splay leg. These are probably one of the things that I love most about the ChickCozy. But when it comes to cleaning, the ChickCozy is absolutely amazing. This whole entire tray comes out. This is where you add the water. And with the ChickCozy, all of this mat comes out. And it is just super, super easy to clean. So cleaning, yes, definite points for this. Now let's move on to the Brinsea. Okay, moving on to the Brinsea. These are my new all-time favorite. This is the Brinsea 56 Connect. And then I've got the other Brinsea, which is a 24 or 25 Connect. And I went with these. One, I do love the app connection because this actually alerts me if there is a problem. The tops of the incubators are double-walled insulated. That is huge in comparison to the ChickCozy and a lot of the other ones that are out there that are not. So this is going to hold heat much more efficiently. I've got, right now, I've been using this one as a hatcher, and I've got some lavender Americana eggs in here right now. But what is absolutely the best of this, take a look right here. This is a peristaltic pump. This keeps the humidity at a perfect level. As we live on the mountain, we have our humidity can just be all over the place. Our temperatures range all over the place. We get really cool at night. We can get warm during the day. And all of this is fed by one mason jar full of filtered water. So the Brinsea, let's go with this one right here. This has several different trays that it comes with. Let me show you. So it comes with several pieces that you can put together for chicken eggs, for quail eggs, and also larger eggs. So that's a plus. Now what I've got in here is the non-slip mats. I just so that the yellow would match, I actually ordered yellow from Amazon and got it and cut it out. It does come with a corrugated cardboard insert which can go in there, which I used with the first hatch, but I've been using these since. To me, it's easier to clean. The cardboard you have to throw away. These can be reused. So let's move on to the big Brinsea, the 56 Connect. These trays in here, and the reason why I didn't go with one of these for quite a long time is because you couldn't really set the eggs upright. They weren't cradled like the ChickCozy. Enter in these beautiful little pieces. If you are interested in these, just put a comment below. I'll send you a link to where I got these. And these go directly in the trays. And then they can help keep the eggs upright. Also, some cool little accessories are some dividers that I bought for it. I've been hatching multiple breeds at once. This helps to keep them all partitioned, especially if they kind of look the same. Best thing ever, this little peristaltic pump. I can't tell you how amazing this is. I've been fighting with humidity ever since we've been up here on the mountain, and I have not had any problems with low humidity for anything. It's been absolutely fantastic. And it's very simple. It just connects to its own water source, and it has consistently kept the humidity at perfect areas that I needed it to be. So again, you've got double walled construction in the top. You've got a little handle right here, which helps to be able to kind of move it. I still love the handle on the ChickCozy. Nothing has beat that so far. There is, in here is the wick system. It's a little bit different on the 24. This is the wick system. The water actually drips down into here, into this tray, and moves down into the wick system. And that's what keeps the humidity perfectly set here. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got the auto turn. Right now I've got a set of eggs in here that were shipped. You'll have to excuse the Rottie's rumbling. I've got a set of eggs shipped in here right now, and I let them sit for 24 hours on their own. They were kind of cool when I got them. There wasn't a 72-hour warmer put in there, and we just went through an Arctic freeze. So I'm not that hopeful, but we'll see what happens. I've got them all set up with their little dividers to help keep them vertical in here. And I've got the auto turn off right now. Yes, these are my culprits right now, which are causing all the ruckus. Say hi, Rottie. You know, I can't say enough how much of a game changer these Brinsea are. If you can get them, definitely get them. Like I said, it's a game changer. There are still a couple of things that I like about the Brinsea a little bit more. I love the handle a little bit more. That's a huge factor for me as far as being able to pick it up and dealing with things one-handed. But overall, I would go with the Brinsea hands down every single day over the ChickCozy. You can't go wrong with these. They're expensive, but they're worth it. And lastly, let's talk about the app. The app is absolutely fantastic. It is Wi-Fi connected, not Bluetooth connected. It's Wi-Fi connected, so it will be able to alert you to any problems right away. And you can make changes on the app in the incubator, which will immediately take effect too. I got a couple of alerts when I was away from the house a couple of times saying that there was a power failure. We live in the mountains. We have power failures frequently. We're set up for that. But it also enabled me to call husband and say, hey, I registered a power failure on one of the incubators. Can you check them? And he was able to run to him, take pictures of everything, and send them back to me. So it is much better than that very first hatch that I did with the Rent-A-Coop, where it was 18 hours and I didn't know it wasn't running any heat. So that's absolutely huge. So big plus for the Connect. I will definitely get it again. Let me know what incubators you're using, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. I would love to hear your experiences with them too. Drop them in the comments below.